Hi, welcome. Welcome back to my live stream show. This is my second episode doing this. Hopefully, all of you are doing well. Doing fine, everybody. Something wrong with my camera today. It's okay now. Yeah, that's okay now. All right. So for today, I'll be talking about progressive web apps. So, what are progressive web apps and how we build progressive web apps? I will be using. We'll be building it on Ionic Angular, and we shall see afterwards how it's being built. So the thing why I'm glad to do this is because I want to talk about something that's very close to me, which is mobile app development. So today, doing mobile app development is no longer strictly for native developers. You can also be a web-based developer and build something for the mobile app from the web. So I would like to show you guys how to do that. Sorry about my camera. I'm not sure why it's being stuck once in a while, but I'm gonna try my best here. All right, see and try it again. All right, never mind. So, okay, hope you guys can see my screen where I'll be showing you guys how to do a mobile app. So what are we going to build today? So basically, we'll be building a typical Ionic Angular project. So this will be a Ionic Angular project, and we would basically I want to probably add a camera here. So I'm just going to add a camera. Which basically you take a photo of something and then show that photo. Um, After that, what we'll be doing is we'll be deploying this web app to Firebase, right? Using Firebase deploy. So we'll be doing it all via control CLI. I'm not sure whether that would work, but let's give it a try. If it doesn't work, I might need to open Firebase. Who cares? But let's see if that works, and then we'll go on from there, right? So as usual, I'm going to open up my command prompt, and now I'm in the users slash my desktop Twitch folder. So I'm just going to type in Ionic start. Let's call it my camera PWA and just let it run. Right, I'm going to use Angular. It's going to be blank. Right, it's going to be blank. Okay, in between these two, I don't mind if you can use, if you want to use standalone components, it doesn't matter to me. For this particular project, I'm just going to use ng modules. So, I don't know, I'm much more, it's much more of a safety blanket to me because I feel much more secure having my modules in one place rather than all over the place. Right, let's see. Right, let me see if I can turn on my camera again and see what happens to my camera. Aha, it suddenly stopped working. I guess it's a sign that I need to get a new camera. Right? Okay, now it's all right. Okay, now it's okay. Right? So now everybody can see me. Just try to turn on the built-in lights on it. Yeah, so everybody can see me now. Cool. All right. So while it's running, um, while it's being, like if you will watch cooking shows, you know that while the thing is running, you do something else altogether. Hi, Reziest. How are you? I can see you in my Twitch chat room. How are you doing? Everybody okay? Yeah. So right. So let's see. Um, just going to see some settings a little bit. Ikram. Hi, Ikram. Ikram is I don't know. He used to be my staff. Now he's a developer on his own, which is cool. Hi, Ikram. Right. So now the progressive web app that we'll be launching. Okay, what is a progressive web app? So the standard definition of it is basically is a type of application software delivered through the web, built using common web technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and WebAssembly. So it works on any platform with a standard compliant browser, including desktop and mobile devices, and a progressive website is type web page. Okay. So basically, it's a web page. So I just want to show you an example of a few popular progressive web apps that's already available that we can give a try. So one of it is the PWA website itself. This is a progressive web app. How can I tell that this is a progressive web app? You can see this small little icon over here. So if I press on it and it says install, I can actually install this as a proper application on my computer. So I'm just going to press it, install, and voila, it's this whole thing. It's running from a tab on its own, right? It's not running from it's technically it is still running from my browser, but it is basically has the look and feel like an application. Look, if you notice, there's no address bar over here. It is running like an application on its own, right? Another popular one would be AirAsia. I'm just going to open airasia.com, right? So let's wait for it to load. My camera is down again. So I'm just going to remove my camera from there. So airasia.com is also another type of basically PWA, right? So what happens here is basically afterwards it has that small little button just like the PWA website a moment ago. Let's wait until it finishes loading. It's not yet finished loading. Let's wait until it finishes to load. Alright, okay, there you go. So if you notice here at the top right, there's that button over there. So if I press that button, it will install this AirAsia Super app on my desktop. And if I press install, there you go. Now the whole thing is on my desktop. So I'm just not going to get them to send me promotions and stuff. So I can make this smaller, but one thing's for certain here, the address bar is gone. It feels like a desktop application, so it invades computers, I guess. So let me just look up AirAsia, and yeah, there you go. It's the super app is launching. So this is the super app launching on my computer. So you can do the same thing. So for example, let me open back the web dev again. Right, so this particular website, right? So when I go back here, what I can do is I can launch it right here, right? So I'm just going to open it, right? And let's say if I want to delete this, just uninstall. So now it's going to uninstall it on my computer, right? And I'm going to open it again, right? And I can also press this button here, and I think somewhere here I can edit. But this is how you edit to, yeah, no, this is the PC. This is the PC, but it is the same way how you edit into the thing, right? Yeah, it's time to make coffee while waiting. Haha, yeah, it is. Yeah, it takes a while for it to load, but let's see. I think it should be ready by now. There you go. It's already ready. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to CD into my camera PWA app. Right, and now just going to check out what's inside this folder. Okay, everything is seems okay. All I need to do is to test it out. I'm just gonna serve it. Right, I'm just not gonna open a new browser. I'm just gonna serve it and see what happens. Right, let it run for a while. So there you go. That's the progressive web app and how you install a progressive web app on your computer. But this the same way you can do this on your computer, you can also do it on your mobile device. It's the same way, where you can, as I showed just now, where for example in this case I'm going to show it again. You can just install it straight away on your computer, and it becomes its own application right here. Right, so that's progressive web app for you. Okay, so basically that's what we. Yeah, actually, in fact, this Excalibur also comes with a progressive web. Yeah, this is a progressive app. Comes, you can install it, right? Right. So another way to tell, one last thing I want to show you, another way that you can tell whether this website is a progressive web app or not. Just going to uninstall this first, right? So I'm just going to uninstall this, remove this, try it again. Right, so another way to tell whether this is a progressive web app or not is basically another way is to press inspect. Yeah, I always view it in mobile because I do a lot of mobile app projects. There is something in your Chrome browser, in a standard Chrome browser called Lighthouse. So you can press on that, you can press analyze page load, and what's happening right now is it's analyzing the page load, and then it can tell you straight away whether this particular page? Does it have all the necessary things that it needs to become a progressive web app? So give that another few seconds. Should be soon. Yeah. Right. So I'm just going to check on chats. Cool. Right. So now nearly there. Right. 19 seconds is the average time a mobile web page takes to load on the 3G. Cool. 19 seconds. That's a lifetime, right? Back then 3G, that 90 seconds was like, oh, that's pretty fast. It's pretty fast. But today 3G is a lifetime 90 seconds. Okay, nearly there. There you go. Now, if you have something like this, now this is a PWA page, all right? Straight away, you know that. Performance wise, okay, a lot of things that can be, yes, if I'm the developer, there's a lot of things that you can improve on it. Accessibility, best practice SEO, that's cool. But the most important thing is this is the PWA page based on this sticker over here. So let's say if we try it on, I'm just gonna open this to the wiki page as well, just to show you that this is not a PWA. So this is going to run the same thing. The same test that's gonna run, right? While it's running that test, just gonna open localhost and see my app. Right. So right now I'm just gonna set up my app. Okay. So now my app is nearly there, nearly set up, right? Then we can start doing some programming on it. So nearly there, as you can see here. So, this is a PWA too. Okay then. I didn't even knew that the Wikipedia page is a progressive web app. Okay, cool. Something new that I know. All right. So, okay, let's check on this. Right. So I'm just going to refresh this. Okay. So now this is my blank page. I'm just going to show you guys by running the Lighthouse to show that this is not yet a progressive web app because there's a few things missing here to make it a progressive web app. So let's see it. Auditing my local host. Sorry, it's auditing my local host, and no, it's not a PWA. Right. So this is not a PWA. This is just a normal web app. Yeah, how do we turn this into PWA? But before that, before we go ahead and turning this into a PWA page, right, I'm just gonna check my camera one more time because I am giving all these hand gestures and you guys are not looking at it. Yeah, so okay, let me see if I can remove the effects. So that's making it probably right. So probably this might work. If this pauses again, if I'm stuck again, just tell me on the chat so I can just turn this off. Yeah, turn my camera off and maybe probably try another camera next week. Okay, so now let's do the camera first. Do the camera first for this particular web app, and then we can go from there. So, yeah, what I usually do is, of course, I'm going to open my VS Code. Which my camera PWA select folder. Okay, now it's already in here. So the first thing I'll do is I'll set up the I'm just going to set it up so that I can look at it at the same time as I develop. That's this one and this one. All right, just going to close this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pull it out here a bit too far, or maybe if I close this, yeah, that works. Right now I can see both my application and my VS Code right there. Okay. All right. So first thing I'm do is I'm going to go to my homepage HTML, and I'm going to remove this bottom part right here, and I'm going to remove the title. My camera PWA. Save that, and it's loaded up nicely. Close. I'm just going to remove this full screen. All right, translucent. This is particularly for the later versions of iOS where they have that, like when you scroll, they hide the title, but we don't need that. So I'm just going to remove that for the time being, right? So now I am going to put in a few cool just probably basic design solid first. Iron button, expand full, no, yeah, expand block probably, and then ion icon name, camera, um, camera outline looks nice. Camera outline looks nice. Slot will be icon only because we just want the camera in the middle of this button. If that works, there you go. That's the button, which does nothing yet, right? It's just a button. And then, okay, now let's go to our TypeScript. Do some magic, TypeScript magic. All right, first I have this image, which is going to be a base64 image. It's going to be a string. Okay, and right, and I'm going to have a take picture. All right, I'm just going to do it a proper TypeScript way, right? Because I know a few people will be shouting at me, "You're not doing it the right way." So this is the right actual way to do it, right? No, I'm not going to use canvas. I'm not going to use canvas for that. So I'm just going to take picture and just put a void there because there is nothing yet to be done. And it's just going to be an asynchronous thing, right? So we have a promise type thing. Okay, so we have done this part. All right. So yeah, this is how you would write proper TypeScript over here, of course. Okay. And then we're going to have a div here. What was it called again? Image base 64. Okay, so just put an ngIf there, so there is no image there, nobody worries about it, right? And I'm just gonna put some inline styling here with 100% height auto. Right? Okay, just gonna do that again. I think the camera froze again. Thank you, Resiest. All right, I'm just gonna remove the camera. I'll come back to it later. Right, I'm just gonna remove the camera for the time being. Thank you, Resius, for noticing that I froze. Okay, so now we have our image right here. We have our ion button here. So right now, nothing is being loaded over there. Let me just add something else here. Div ng if there is no image here. Right, let's say no image yet. All right, no image. No, not image. No image. Just no image. Put it right in the center. There you go. Right, no image. Later on, when we have an image, we can put in there. Just gonna put in just a little bit more styling here. Just gonna give some margin to the top part. Maybe 2 lines of margin, and probably make the font size a bit bigger. There you go. No image. All right. Okay. Now we are done with this part. Now let's work on the camera, and we can proceed with that. Okay. So what camera plugin that I'll be using right here is the camera capacitor. Yes. Right. The camera capacitor plugin. We need to do one thing here. Needs to run this npm install, and then we are going to use PWA node. So we need to have the PWA elements, and this is the function we'll be using. All right. Let's run this first. Let's stop it running. Okay, let me check on the PWA elements if we need to run something. I think if I remember correctly, we have to install something here. Yeah, we need to run this line as well. So we go to the again, just to show you where did I go. PWA elements, just press on that and then install this line over here. All right. See if that's done. Okay, it's done. Now we install the next line. Okay, it's gonna take a couple of seconds. Done. Now let's run it again. Ionic serve-b. Again, forget what we saw there. I just need this function right here, which would take a photo. We need to modify this. I'm going to show you guys later on how to modify this, but just take that, place it here and take a picture function, right? And control dot, we'll get the capacitor camera result type, control dot, right? This one we need. Okay. So now what we want to do here is we want it to be in base60 data URL or base, everything is data URL. Hold on, let's read. Image web path will contain a path that can be as an image src. You can set the original file using image web path, which can be passed to the raw data image. If desired, or pass result type base64 to get photo. So let's just put in base64 here, and let's erase this. This image base64 equals image base string. Is that correct? Type undefined is not assignable. Okay then. Just have a this is something called nullish coalescing. So what I did here is if this is empty, okay, don't worry, use this, right? So if this is empty, use this one. So that's what I did there. So instead of doing the if image is empty equals blah 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 blah, I just did something called nullish coalescing, which basically is a shortcut. I like to say the word nullish coalescing. It sounds cool, right? So that's why I like saying it. So it's nullish coalescing, right? Nullish coalescing, right? Okay, that's done. Now we need to go here in main.ts because we are building it on our Angular. In main.ts, we need to add this line over here. Define custom element, and then if this one equals this one, right? So let's go to main.ts. First, we need to import define custom elements. Go back here and just add this. All right. Okay, so now we have our custom elements ready. Our take picture function is ready. We just need to add a button right here. Click. All right. Let's see if my camera launches. My camera did not launch. Okay. But if my camera was working, it would have launched right here. Right. I'm just gonna choose an image. Oh, which image should I choose? This is an interesting question. Probably the one with my name on it. Let's see what is this image. Right. I don't want to accidentally open. All right. Yeah. Sure. I'm just gonna show this image. Okay. So there is a crack here. So that means this is not the right way to do things. Let's just console log and see what we get. Okay, choose image. Right, and let's inspect this. And I'm gonna take it out of here. Okay. Okay, this is the reason. All right, so in a base64 file, you need to define the first bit right here, this first part. I think I forgot how to do it, but never mind. Let me just try another way. I know. No worries. No worries. let's see the this is what we want, data.data URL. Okay, so image dot data dot oh, what is it again? All right, let's do that again. Let's take a photo again and see what is it. All right, so dot data URL directly, right? So it should work now. Try this again. Have it look on my Samsung Galaxy. Camera is being used by the streaming software. No, it is not. I think there's something wrong with my camera, Resius. That's why it's not working. So sorry about that. Yeah. Um, Sorry about that. I'm gonna get a new camera next week. We'll see how. Right. And let's choose an image again. There you go. That's the image that I chose. All right. So yeah, just change this into data URL and put in the data URL right there, and then you can view your image. Okay. Okay. So now we are done with our. I'm just gonna open Xcode Draw again. Right. So now we've done it for camera. We've shown that photo. Not a problem. Now let's turn it into PWA first. Yeah, I forgot to draw a big box right here. So now let's turn this whole thing into a PWA, right? And then from there we can see what's going to happen. Right, so it's just a simple app right now. I'm just going to bring this button a little bit so that it doesn't look like it's stuck in space or something. I'm not going to go with the classes. I can do with the classes, but I'm just going to do this pretty quickly. You know, top three lines, right? And expand block is too big. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it to expand block, but I'm just gonna build a grid around it so that it looks a bit different, right? Put in that button here. Put this button right in here. Make this into a size 8, right? So now we have that button over there, and this one, let's have another column here. To have another button that would clear the photo, I'm going to move this into this grid here. Let that handle over there. Okay, size, make this into a size 4. Expand block, and what is this? Maybe we change this into a color danger, so it's a red colored button. And finally, what we're going to do here is we are going to color danger. Yeah, it's going to fill it with clear, right? So it's a clear red button, something like this. Where's my button? Yeah, of course, we didn't write what is it going to do. So I'm going to add an icon here to clear, like a trash icon. Name trash outline slot icon only. Let me just put it as a fill outline so it has that cool line around it. So let's just put in the function here. This image base64 empty. All right, and go back here. Put in here, click. All right, so let's take a photo again. Um, this photo, and if I press this button, there you go. It clears the image away. All right, there you go. That's the progressive web app that we've done. All right, so now our next step is going to be turn this into PWA. All right, so I'm going to use a guide. PWA. That's available by Google. So to make it simple, it's already available by Google. I think there's not a lot to do, but let's have a go at it. All right. You just need to add this command here. What I'm doing here is going to turn it. We're going to add Angular PWA into our system. Right. Okay. Yes. Proceed, please. So it will install the necessary packages for us. Once this is done, we can then run the next command, which basically um, which basically creates that thing. Also, yeah, of course, we need to update the manifest over here, manifest, web manifest, and we need to update the icons. Yeah, so let's have a look at this. Okay, after Angular database has been added, new that this file has been created for us. Okay, so that is already created for us, and then after that, I'm going to show you how to deploy to Firebase. Right. So let's see over here. This file has been created for us. Okay, that's the name of this app. So I'm just going to call it PWA camera, PWA cam. Right. We can change the theme color of the app. So probably on the background, we can change the color if we wanted to. Say, for example, we want it to be a blue color or whatever it is. We can also it's already added for us icons. So these are the icons that's being added for us. So now Angular's icon is purple, so that's why this has purple colors on it. Yeah, so we can change this icon. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to change this icon. It's going to take a long time for me to do it one by one, because it's 72, 96, 128, 144. That's a lot. Okay? So yeah, so I hope you get the idea. Change the icon if you need to. If you like me, use the standard Angular icon. But if you're working, if you're on a project or something, it's a good idea for you to have your own icons. Do it one by one. I'm sure there's a generator somewhere to change all these sizes automatically. But I'm not gonna look for it. Yeah, so but that's the idea here. You can change this icon. You can add all these icons back into this particular folder right here. Okay. All right, so we have done this. We have changed name of this application. Okay, this is something that I always forgot to do. It's because I need to change it here as well. So that's something that I usually forget. Right, and I'm gonna remove and I'm gonna leave that. So this is also another thing that you have to change the fev icon file. Okay, so once we've got that, next step will be for us to just try to run it and see what happens. Let me see what else do I need to do over here. So I guess, yeah, that's it. Now next is we just need to try to run it and see whether it loads the service worker and everything else. Right. Let me see. There is, I think, one thing that we need to do here too. Right. So this one, my PWA camera. Okay, save that. And another thing here is, yeah, this one I don't need to change. Right, Ionic config JSON. Just change the name of my app over there, and that's it. Okay. Now let's try and run it and see whether it turns into a PWA. Now it should be able to turn into a PWA if everything is done correctly. Settings are done correctly. I hope so. Should be able to turn into a PWA. This is our app here, right here. So now it's time for us to run the Lighthouse. See, just first load that thing over there. You see, there's that button over there. So it is already a PWA. But again, as I've told you before, just to make sure 100% that this is a PWA, run the Lighthouse, and it should be able to tell you a lot about how your application is running, including whether it's loading quickly or loading slowly or whatever. It's cool. Okay. So the performance is not the best in the world because it's taking a while to load. But in terms of accessibility, best practice, and SEO, it has commendable, passable score, right? But performance, there are certain things that we need to do if you want to do it properly. There are certain things that you need to change, I guess, for it to run quickly. But it is the one thing that it is it's a PWA, so it has a check mark, PWA check mark right there. So this page, it is already confirmed 100% by Lighthouse is a PWA. So now, yeah, we can just install it on my. I'm just going to install it, but this is the localhost version. Keep in mind that this is the localhost version. You can just install it directly on my computer, and voila, there you go. That's the PWA running on my computer, right? So if I just go back here, type in PWA camera, and there you go. That's the PWA camera running on my computer. Just gonna take a photo. Again, I guess it's something wrong with my camera. Yeah. So because I'm running on a desktop, so that's the reason why the camera is a bit iffy. Yeah, because it's running from a desktop. So this one is my camera PWA. Just gonna close this. So you notice there is no address bar at the top. Right. Just gonna delete that. And just so it was fairly simple. But then again, this is working on your local environment, right? So now let's deploy this local environment into Firebase, and then let's see what we get from there, right? So first thing we need to do is Ionic build dash prod. So this will build the production version of your application. I'm just going to try my camera one more time to see whether that works. I guess I need to turn off the lights. Now it's okay. All right. Now it works. All right. Okay. Let's see. Now it's cool. It's running. It's done. It's already built for us. So the file that is built is this www file. All right. So now I'm just gonna first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to update my Firebase tools. Okay. Updating my. Still stuck. Oh wait, now working. Yeah, cool. Now the image is the camera is working now. Right. So this, not sure when was the last time I ran this npm install -g Firebase tools. So what I'm doing here is basically I'm installing the latest version for Firebase tools, and this is basically command line thing. So it's gonna take about a few minutes. No, a couple of, not even a minute. Usually, it's usually very fast. It's nearly there, halfway there. Yeah, come on, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Uh, right, so it's nearly done. Right. Okay, now it's done. Right, so as told you, it wouldn't take a while. So now I'm gonna create a directory here called Firebase deploy. CD into the directory. Okay, so I'm now in the Firebase deploy directory. What I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna do Firebase init. So this will initialize a Firebase project for me. Are you ready to proceed? Yes, I am. Right, so what I'm gonna do, I want to use hosting, right? No. Let me see again. Hosting, configure files for Firebase hosting, and optionally, yeah, that's what we want. We don't want to use GitHub Action Deploys. I know it's easier to use host. Before you go ahead and jump on me, I know it's easier to use GitHub Action Deploys, but this is just as a basic way of doing it. So I'm not gonna use that. I'm not gonna use GitHub Action Deploys for this. Just gonna run hosting. Oh yeah, sorry. I need to press spacebar. Damn it. Okay, right. So yes, I want it to be hosting here. Done. Create a new project. All right. So it's gonna be 6 to 30 characters. Cannot be modified afterwards. Twitch. Firebase deploy. PWA deploy. Right. What would you like to call this project? Yeah, defaults. I just want to use that same name. All right. So what? Let's try that again. If this doesn't work again, then I might need to use the Firebase website. Yeah, I know it's gonna be very simple using that, but you know, sometimes it's fun to do something else. PWA camera app Firebase. PWA camera app Firebase. Okay lah. Never mind. In that case, I'm just gonna use the Firebase website to do it. Okay, so it's Firebase google.com. Go to console. Okay, sign in into your Firebase account. Press that one, that plus button right over there. Firebase, no, Ionic PWA camera Twitch. Okay, continue. I don't want Google Analytics. Create project. Yeah, I know. Right. Now I have to use the old way of doing it. There's nothing wrong with this actually, but you know, it looks cool if I was to do it 100% on my command line. Yeah. Okay, so now it's ready. Let's continue. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to hosting. As your hosting. All right, so now we've got everything set up, got this set up. All we need to do is just go to that page there. So Firebase init. Yes. Hosting. Use an existing project. Right, what was the project's name again? It's Ionic PWA. So find an ID. Yeah, that's the one. Do you want to use a public directory? www. Configure as a single page app. Yes. Set up automatic. No, not yet. Done. Right. So now we have our www page. So now what we need to do is just replace that www folder with our existing www folder. Okay, just going to cp hr www into Firebase deploy. Okay, depending on your computer, this should take quite fast. It should be quite fast. See, done. Okay, so cd Firebase deploy, and we have our www folder there. We have our Firebase JSON over there. All we need to do is just Firebase deploy -- only hosting. or we just use Firebase deploy. That's fine too. Right, so it's now deploying. At the end of this, it will give us an address where I can use my phone, and then I can show you guys how it looks like on my phone. Right, so that's the address over there. Okay, so I'm just gonna take out my phone, go to that address, Ionic PWA camera. If you guys want to have a try, have a go, just go to that site right now. I'm not sure how long you are in the future watching this video, recorded video on YouTube, but it's gonna be there. I'm just gonna leave it there. It's gonna be there, right? So now I've got this my page loaded here. What I can do here right now is it's loaded. If you see here, so it is a PWA. So I'm just gonna take a photo. Right, I'm gonna take a photo or something. All right, so that asks me for a camera. So I took a photo. Right, so that works. Right, that works. Then if I press this button over here, the red button, if you remember, clears the photo. Yep, there you go, clears the photo. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this into a PWA. I think it's better for me to use the face-to-face one so that you guys can see me clearly. Can you see me now? Right. So now that's the app that we built just a moment ago. If I press this button over there, right, I can take a photo of myself. Press the green button. There you go. So if I can remove it by pressing that button, now it's clear. So now if I want to add this as a PWA, just can press that button over there. It says that install app. Right, I know it's a bit problem because switching side to side, right? So it's press that install app button. Okay, and then it will ask me whether you want to add that into your phone. Press install. So it's now installing. It's now done. Right. So now I'm going to open that PWA on my phone. So if you notice here, that's the app PWA Cam. Just gonna open that PWA Cam, and it opened the application that we built just now. If you notice here, there is no address bar. It's a proper application. So this works on not only on Android, but it also works. It would also work on iOS as well. If you have someone, so I usually tell people if you want me to build something quickly, I can build something with as a PWA. So it is now accessible on both Ionic. It's on both iOS and Android. On even in fact on Huawei. So that's the fastest way for you to develop an app, and then you can have it working straight away on anywhere that you go, right? So if you want to try, the address again is Ionic PWA camera twitch.web.app. You can have a go at it. That's the app that I built here inside this live streaming. Yeah, so there you go. It's quite simple. I did it less than 50 minutes. In 50 minutes, it's already 50 minutes. It's quite simple to do. It's quite simple to build. Just give it a try. Do let me know what you think. If you're having any problems, you can drop me a message. I'm always on Twitter, right? Okay. Any questions? Everybody, all cool? All right. Any questions? Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I know it sounds corny. I sound like one of those YouTubers, Instagrammers, but I'm giving this a try to see whether this works or not. Right, all cool. Thank you, Razius, for the message. All cool, great. Right. So if you feel like if you still unable to build it, just follow the instructions in this video. You can go to my YouTube, check it out. I've posted this video on YouTube for everybody to see. I'm also on Twitch, because I think it's a better way to get to a lot of people on Twitch. YouTube, I think, yeah, I do YouTube as well. I do YouTube live and Twitch, because I think it's I need to be ubiquitous, as people, what the as the old word saying, what's the you have to be ubiquitous, you have to be everywhere, right? So there you go. Right. So this is the project, and then we can check on our hosting. If I refresh this, it should show us an overview of people visiting the site. No data for the last 14 days. Yeah. So yeah, it should be able to show us in this hosting, I guess. Right? Yeah, there you go. So now it shows us who's the last person to deploy this, what version is it, etc. You can link it to GitHub. I shown you a simple way to do it via Firebase deploy, but you can also link it up via GitHub, so that basically whenever you commit your code, it should automatically push to uh, GitHub. And it should be automatically built for you using GitHub Actions, and then it will be straight away placed into the Firebase hosting for you. We can do that, but that uh, is a bit long for me to show you guys. But yeah, you can. It is possible to do that. So I'm excited to tell you guys, for next week, I'll be having a guest over on next Wednesday, where we'll be talking about working in software development teams, how we work in a software development teams. He's actually working with me on a project, so I find that not a lot of people know how it is working. How is it working together in a software development team? So probably next week, same time, same place, I'll be talking with this other person regarding that, how we work in a building mobile application together, and how we work as a team, building a software application together. So that's going to be next week, same time. Yeah. um, if you guys want to drop a message to me, I read all your messages, because now there's not a lot, to be honest, but yeah, I read all of them. If you have a message for me that you want me to talk about, if you have a question that you are not clear, particularly regarding Ionic, Angular, PWA, as I shown just now. Um, what other areas of specialty do I do? TypeScript, JavaScript, those kind of things. If you have any questions, don't worry. You can ask me in Malay or English. I can speak either, and then I can try to answer it on my live stream. If you have a problem, if you're stuck building an Angular site or a React site, just let me know. Show me a screenshot of it, or we can talk offline, and then happy to show you guys. I'm happy to help if there are anything or any questions that you may have. Okay, so we have 5 more minutes to go. Thank you, KRXZKZ, for the follow. Thank you. Sorry you're a bit late. Saying thank you to you. Thank you for the follow. I currently have 39 followers. I have a goal to reach 50. 11 more to go to reach 50. So close, right? So I started doing live stream last week for 2024. Previously I've done live stream before, but previously it's just for I didn't have a regular activity, because what I did enjoy before was that on Twitch, I like to watch people. I like to put on people playing games while I do my work. I don't know why that sounds soothing to me. So it feels like, I get it. I get why kids like to watch people playing video games, because it feels like you are playing the game with them. So I like to put them on the background while I do my work. But now I like to listen to music, video game music. But I can't play it here, of course. I know I have Spotify here, but I can't play it here, because of copyright reasons. But I like Sarah Schechner's Modern Warfare theme soundtrack. Um, I'm not sure whether I should share it with you guys. I'm gonna share it with you guys. So I was quite happy about this, because this is my Twitter, right? So recently, it comes out with the Twitter came out with the this one, right? see. Aha. So Twitter recently came out with the Wrapped 2023, 2024. So in my Wrapped 2024, Sarah Schechner is the top artist, and she liked my. And this is her. Yeah, this is her like. She liked my tweet. So I was like, wow, this is so cool, you know. So yeah, that's quite cool. So yeah, that's great. So there you go. It's quite simple to do PWA. If you have any questions, anything that you want to ask, you can reach me via X, Twitter, old name X, or via my email. I Yeah, you can check. I sometimes might check my email. Or via Instagram or Twitch or YouTube. Just leave a comment on YouTube. I'm gonna get back to you if you have any questions regarding uh, mobile app development, application development. Okay, so that's it for me today. I am ending this Twitch early today because I have nothing else to talk about. Yeah, that's cool, right, Regius? Thank you for that. Yeah, right. So thank you guys for watching, and I see you guys next week, same time. And give it a try. Building a PWA, it's quite simple. You have a mobile app that you can deploy anywhere. It's done fairly simply. You don't need the Play Store. You don't need the iOS App Store. You can just build it, deploy it on the web, and then have it installed everywhere, even on desktop, as I showed you just now. All right. So thank you and goodbye, and have a nice day, everybody. Bye.